G'day everyone, this is Terry again from Koala-Krafts, and the whip that I'm doing in the background is cat playing in ribbons. It's a Diamond Art Club round. It's 66 centimetres by 46 centimetres, and you'll see the design in the thumbprint when you clicked on this video. And you'll also see it sometimes through the video as well in the background. Not much going on around here. It's wet and windy, so it's inside weather. Went out yesterday with my daughter. Bought some new undies, how exciting, and some new Ugg boots for winter. And that's about it. Pretty boring, really. We're coming into the colder weather, so I stick at home a lot through winter. But medically, everything's going fine. So, except for pain. I'm in a lot of pain all the time, but that's life. I'm going to go and see my doctor next week and see if I can get a revised pain medication. But other than that, everything's pretty normal. We'll go on to a bit of the true crime here. The man who was leaking Pentagon secrets was arrested. His name is Jack, and I cannot pronounce his last name, Teixeria. So I'm just going to call him Jack through it, through this little piece. It doesn't go on for very long, but it's just information that I've picked up around the interwebs. You shouldn't take what I say as gospel. You can find out for yourself and find the facts for yourself. Anything I say in this video is my opinion only. And as I said, you can find out more information by searching the web or in your local newspaper or whatever. A lot of these things happen in America because we don't seem to have as much or as many issues as you do here in Australia. And there's the Harley just pulled up after work. And he'll sit there for a minute, so you'll hear it in the background. I love Harley Davidsons, but I hate the way he sits there and just waits. Every morning and every evening, but that's life. Okay, federal officials are investigating leaks of classified US intelligence revealing government secrets about the Ukraine war and other things as well. Jack is which surprises me greatly, a 21-year-old airman, was a member of the intelligence wing of the Massachusetts Air National Guard, linked to an online group where the leak first appeared. So I couldn't understand a 21-year-old, but anyway, the far right is trying to paint Jake in a favourable light as an anti-war whistleblower. Jake is a white male and anti-war. That makes him an enemy of the Biden regime, is what they're saying. The above was tweeted by Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican from Georgia. He'll be arraigned in federal court today when you hear this, according to the Justice Department official. And the Times were actually the ones to find this man, not the FBI. But from what I can understand, the FBI and the Times sort of work together. There's things that the FBI can't do that the Times can do, and the other way around, and they sort of get information from each other. So sort of a symbiotic relationship of some kind. But 21 years old to me sounds very young to be able to get this information. But not only that, to think that there's such such issues that he would actually leak it. I'm not really sure why he's done it. They just say he's a whistleblower, and he wanted to get the information out. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens to him and see if there's a trial. Being the FBI, it will be in a federal court, I'm assuming, so that won't be televised. From what I understand, none of the federal courts, well, they have cameras, but they're not allowed to televise them. I'd love that to happen here, for the trials and things to be televised. It's a way of not only, piquing people's interest to watch the trials and see what's going on, but there's also transparency and stuff like that, where you know what's going on if you're watching it. You're not relying on media who you can't trust anymore. You can rely on what you see and what you hear yourself, rather than, what the television journalists tell you. I'm sorry, I just needed a drink. I'm getting a bit dry. The next topic for this episode is Donald Trump sues Michael Cohen for $500 million. This suit has been filed in Florida. As you read the suit, it goes on about how it can be sustained in Florida, because Michael Cohen worked with Donald Trump, was in and out of Florida and that sort of thing. So that's one thing that Cohen will probably take issue with. But apparently, from my understanding, he wouldn't have much to stand on. Now, the first part of the suit is the nature of the action, and this includes, I'm not going to use defendant and plaintiff, because people get confused with those names. I'll either use their full name or just the surname. So Michael Cohen or Donald Trump, or Cohen and Trump. Number one, Michael Cohen's multiple breaches of fiduciary duty, unjust enrichment, breaches of contract by virtue of defendant's past service and plaintiff's employee as Trump's employee and attorney. Fiduciary, just as a side thing, a fiduciary duty, which I can't say properly, is a legal obligation for one party to act in the best interests of another. I think that's the easiest way to explain what that is. So I just thought I'd just chuck that in there. Number two, Cohen breached his fiduciary, and I can't say it, it's one of those words. Cohen breached his fiduciary duties owed Trump by virtue of their attorney-client relationship by both revealing Trump's confidences and spreading falsehoods about Trump, likely to be embarrassing or detrimental, or partook in other conduct in violation of New York rules of professional conduct. Number 3, Michael Cohen breached the contractual terms of the confidentiality agreement as he signed it as a condition of employment with Trump by both revealing Trump's confidences and spreading falsehood about Trump with malicious intent and to wholly self-serving ends. So you'll remember in the Depp versus Heard trial about malicious intent, that means that in relation to Heard versus Trump, she did it in a malicious manner, and that's why he got more money as well. So you have to do it with malicious intent to find, this civil action found. Number 4, Cohen unlawfully coveted Trump's business property when he fraudulently misrepresented a business expenditure and stated he was owed an extra $74,000 over the true amount of the expenditure. Cohen was reimbursed based on the fraudulent misinterpretation and accordingly coveted $74,000 from Trump. What a naughty boy. Number 5, Cohen committed these breaches through myriad public statements, including the publication of 2 books, a podcast series, and any new report mainstream, media appearances as detailed herein. Cohen has engaged in such wrongful conduct over a period of time, and despite being demanded in writing to cease and desist such unacceptable actions, has instead in recent months increased the frequency and hostility of illicit acts towards Trump. Cohen appears to have become embroiled and repeatedly continues to make wrongful and false statements about Trump through various platforms. Such as continuous and escalating improper conduct by Cohen has reached a proverbial crescendo and has left Trump with no alternative but to seek legal redress through this action. Now, as it goes on with the facts of the matter and all that sort of thing, I haven't gone through that, and I'll explain that in a sec. Number 6, Trump has suffered a vast reputational harm as a direct result of Cohen's breaches. As I said, I won't go through the facts and reason why the matter can be held in Florida. That will come out during the trial if it's not settled prior to that. And get them hyping, but not sure that I'm not sure that this will be televised so that everybody can listen and take and see what happens with this civil matter. But in the facts, it just goes through and expands quite a lot on what he's done. Like, there's been 2 books, there's been podcasts, there's been mainstream news, and just about everywhere you turn he was on there for a while. So that's why he's suing, and they detail it more in the facts as to how it can be heard in Florida and not New York. And apparently a lot of people think that it can be held in Florida because the amount of time he spent with Trump and with Trump in Florida. So they think that that's going to be fine. I doubt very much whether Trump will get $500 million for this, but if what he says is true and correct, he should get something, plus his court costs as well. Plus court costs, plus his legal costs. I don't know, people in America seem to sue everyone from time to time. Australia doesn't have litigious stuff going on all the time like it does in the States. We're pretty much easygoing. But I think this sort of thing, when you're running for president, or it would be here Prime Minister, if you're sort of relying on your attorney to keep, attorney-client privilege, it'd be something that probably be sued against. But then when you link this one up with the stuff that Trump's been charged with, this could be quite a big issue for that trial. Because although this is not a criminal trial, is it? It's a civil trial, but Cohen has been in jail. I think he spent 3 years in jail for lying, for perjury and lying and fraud and all sorts of things. So I don't know how actually how much they'll take his evidence into account with the criminal trial for Trump, and he's supposed to be their big witness. So it's going to be hard. How much are they going to believe during this civil trial of what Cohen has to say, and how much are they going to believe what he says in Trump's criminal trial? Be interesting to see what's going on. But anyway, that's about it for the subjects for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. Cohen has 21 days, I think it was, to answer this, and this was filed on the 12th of April. So he has a fair bit of time. So we probably won't hear much about this until after the 21 days. And for the Trump trial, I just can't remember what date that next goes to court. It's gone in my head. But you will hear from me again after these things happen. I'm hoping that they'll both be televised, although the FBI one won't be. But this civil one may be televised when it comes. But that probably won't happen for a couple of years. They usually take quite a while before they come to court with discovery and hearings on discovery and all that sort of thing. So, but anyway, thank you very much for listening. And if you enjoyed the information that I shared with you, or you found it interesting, could you please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already? and press the bell so that you'll get notified when I put up another video. But the important thing is that you subscribe and like this video and comment or with any questions that you might have, or any other topics that you'd like me to cover. I enjoy doing this, listening and doing the reading for these, so it wouldn't be any problem to pick a topic and research that one as well. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning into my channel, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye bye for now.